Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brendan with Evoke Bike. So I want to talk. This will resonate with some people, it won't resonate with others. And motivation is obviously a huge factor in our training and racing. You have to be motivated to want to go to the events that you're going to do. But taking a step back to the training, if you're going to have a hard session, you want to be getting on the bike thinking, I'm ready for this challenge. I want to crush this. I'm going to give it my all. You might not even know if you're going to be able to do it. Some of these workouts, you're going to fail, and that's okay. There's an athlete that came to me who's a strong rider. He's been training for a really long time. And one of the things that he wanted to do was, hey, I've been coached by a lot of different people, been following the stuff that you guys put out. I want to see, can you peel back some layers here and help me get a little bit faster? So one of the things that he needs to work on is pushing high maximal aerobic power, aka watts within the quote unquote VO2 max range. I put air quotes around that because someone will always comment, there's no true VO2 max power. It's a physiological state. Okay, we got it. He goes out to do some 5x5s. And he initially starts off referencing the Brendan Rim podcast, where Brendan Rim doesn't do VO2 max. I don't tend to do these a lot. Now, he says that his motivation's high when he's chasing someone in a hard group ride versus going solo by myself. We need to think about why we're doing these training sessions. So, for a guy with an FTP around 360, he's kicking all of these over 380 plus for four of them, which is great to see. Look, VO2 Max is not his strong suit. He never does these, so I don't expect him to be cranking out 120% 5 times. And his season one-off best is 420 watts. So to be 380 plus on four of them, it's like, dude, this is a great start. Now, especially because he's lacking motivation. But I'm not so worried about the watts in this workout. I'm more about, let's address not a root problem, but if you can't get motivated for hard workouts, I will be straight up honest with this athlete and say, no, you've trained so much, I'm not going to be able to make you any faster. You want me to have you do the same things you've been doing for the past 4 seasons? Guess what we're going to get? The same results that you already have. And now the other sort of, not caveat, but the branch to this is older masters athletes like myself tend to veer away from these high intensity workouts sooner than the younger girls and guys. Younger athletes love to just go out and smash a lot. Older athletes, from what I've encountered over, I would say I have a lot more masters athletes coming to me and talking to me over the past probably 3 years since we've kind of gone full steam with Evoke. But they want to ride big volume. They want to do a lot of endurance, which is great, but they don't turn the screw on themselves enough. And that's what you need to do, especially at that age, because if you can keep your VO2 max the same as you're getting older, you're basically improving because it's going to decline if you don't train it. Of course, some people will be an anomaly and that won't be true. But what I said back to this person, the reason I want to share this podcast is because this might be something that you're going to go through. And I'm not trying to sound like a hard ass. And I definitely actually said that in the comments to him because there's no tone in text. But chasing someone in a group ride versus a lack of wanting to go hard on your own in order to get better for that group ride and events is a really weak excuse. Like, you need, as the athlete, to take ownership of this and figure out how to motivate yourself to do this workout. Because if you can do these and you can start stacking some gains on these, this is not going to have you chasing someone faster in a group ride. This is going to have them chasing you. And that's what we're going after. And, he was kicking around 380s with no motivation. Well, what if these had all been 395? Now we're only 25 watts off of a season PR number. Okay. Then you come back. Maybe we switch up and do a different type of VO2 max. When we come back the next time, he's a little bit more used to the constant pressure on the pedals. He's starting to crank out, 5-minute intervals at 4:15. We're not even going for a PR. He's just being able to repeat these. And I think a lot of this, honestly, is the kinetic. That might be the not the right physiological terms of the movement of smashing, but I think everybody who's done 5x5s or really hard intervals, part of that is just understanding how to keep pushing hard on the pedals when you're halfway through and your legs want to stop. There's definitely a mental component to that. There's definitely, I think we all have our own coping strategies or ways to push through that. And part of doing these is so you have those tools come race day or the weekend group ride day or whatever it is. So the choice is honestly yours to every athlete. You need to get motivated, you need to come hungry, and then you will get faster. And I made the point to this athlete, hey, you've trained so much already that if you're not going to be willing to come and push the envelope on yourself, it's going to be hard to get better. I just want to be 100 with, I want to be upfront for those that don't know 100. I want to be upfront with every athlete about what to expect and what we're going after. I think and I think I might do this coach's corner because I'd love to hear more in the comments from other coaches of how they help athletes. But I think honesty as the coach is super, super important. If someone's banging their head against the wall, just tell them, good job, keep going. That's not the answer. And so I need to be upfront with this dude, like, hey, man, if you're not going to be willing to throw down sometimes, things are probably going to stay the same. You shouldn't pay me any money. Like, just go ride your bike. So I said 400 next time, smiley emoji, and then of course the rocket ship. So hopefully on this Friday, as you're going into the weekend, as you're going into next week, maybe you're on a rest week, you're coming back, look at your motivation. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to get better? I think there's a million answers why. I know why. I have a bunch of answers why. And personal development is probably one of the biggest ones, but also just trying to peel back. What can we find? And from the Brendan Rim podcast, like, I don't think I'm done squeezing the juice out of my athletic performance, not even in terms of racing, but in terms of feeling good about getting better at something. So find a little motivation, come crush it, and you will get faster. Let's go.